Well, good morning and happy Thursday. That heavy, steady rainfall continues for us this morning throughout the entirety of today. So just get ready for a wet and very windy Thursday. Those wind gusts are going to be very high, especially for the central coast. And we do have a winter weather advisory for portions of the Cascades with this weather system pushing through. Now, temperatures were able to cool off last night. We've got the low 40s stretching from the Willamette Valley to the Umpqua Basin, mid 40s right now for the central coast. And the temperatures will warm up once again today. We're getting that tropical moisture getting pushed in. That's going to put us back up to the upper 50s to low 60s. But temperatures definitely are not the talking point for today. It is going to be the winds and the rain. We've got the high wind warning for the central coast where wind gusts will be up to nearly 60 miles per hour. And then the wind advisory extends inland, and that's where we'll get the gusts up to nearly 50 miles per hour. And these winds are going to be no joke. Like I was saying, it is going to be very windy along the central coast. Gusts today, 60 miles per hour. And this is pretty constant throughout the majority of today for the central coast. But then you move inland, this is when the gusts are getting up to 40, 50 miles per hour. And then you notice later tonight, those winds start to calm down a little bit as that initial front or that initial system of rain pushes through. But speaking of the rain, how much more rain can we get? We've gotten so much over the past 3 days and really over the past week, but we're going to add to that total today. And I will say we have that flood watch for portions of Lincoln, Lynn, and Benton County. So we've got even more rain to get through today, and these totals just going to increase. So the ground's already very saturated, and so with the high winds, we could be getting down power lines, down trees, and then on top of that, at the highest elevations of the Cascades, we're going to be getting more snow too. So this is just going to be a constant onslaught of wind and rain for us. You're going to have to keep on those windshield wipers throughout the entirety of today. Now, these are going to be periods of very heavy rainfall. This will track through the entirety of our Thursday. And you notice we get a little bit of a break to the south towards the afternoon, evening. But this rain's going to continue to push further south. Everywhere going to get measurable rainfall through today. And then we get into Friday. You notice we've got just a few remaining showers, but I do think we are going to see even more rain once we briefly dry out into our Friday. So if you had plans maybe to enjoy some drier weather, you potentially could have maybe a brief time outside as we head into our Saturday, but the rain is not over. We've got that tropical system, of course, the atmospheric river, the Pineapple Express, driving more rain into our area going into early next week. So I think Santa gonna have his windshield wipers or his at least rain goggles on when he comes to town next week, but very wet and windy today. And that flood watch is extended into Saturday for us. Same story for the Umpqua Basin. Extremely wet and windy conditions for us. Temperatures in the low 60s. We'll briefly dry out tomorrow and Saturday before the rain comes back into the picture going into Sunday. And the central coast could be seeing wind gusts today up to nearly 60 miles per hour. That could, of course, cause down trees and power lines. So use extreme caution on the roads. The Cascades adding to those snowfall totals with this rain that's pushing in.